We're back at it. That's Pat. I'm Chris. We missed Tuesday's episode, and today's episode is going to be a little shorter because I am going to a little kids baseball game. We figured we'd record, get something in, just because it's been a little while, Pat.
Yeah,
It's been way too long.
it has been a little bit. We've gone a week without a show. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no, definitely doesn't feel right at all, especially because of how much baseball goes on. Like, there's just so many baseball games going on that it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Honestly, it was kind of probably best for both of us because like Monday, like we were both down bad. At least
Yeah.
I was coming off a fucking absolute thrashing by the Red Sox over the weekend.
Mhm.
And now, you know what? We're both feeling a little better. Obviously, you guys had a tough series against Baltimore, but you had the 15-run game at least to hold your hat on.
Yeah, like the 15-run game feels good, and like we're one of the best offensive teams in baseball. It's just like our pitching has to get it together. And like I know Luis Gil's on the way. I do think they're gonna bring up Cam Schlittler at some point to replace Cookie, probably right after the All-Star break. So it does feel like
how has Cookie's last couple starts been?
bad. TJ Stuff Plus has him as the worst starter in the league with like minimum innings. I'm gonna grab my iPad real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's obviously that was expected from Cookie, but we dealt with it last year. So
it's just wild because like he had like he'll give you good 3 innings and the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, I mean honestly, I'm shocked he hasn't at least toyed with the idea of moving back to the bullpen. Because at this point in his career, he still has like what is he reaching velo wise? Because I know last year with us, he was still hitting 95.
He's sitting about 93, 94 with us.
Okay, I guess
I can double check that though. You know, for him, he just nibbles too much, and I don't think here's the thing: he's not good enough to pitch in our bullpen.
That's also true.
I don't think he's good enough to pitch in your bullpen.
Well, no, that's why we didn't use him there last year. But honestly, like his stuff, I think still would play a little better out of the pen. But I don't know. He's washed. He's got to hang it up.
Yeah, part of the issue with like him coming out of the pen too is like usually like when guys come out of the pen, you want guys like don't give up home runs. And like right now, he's not overpowering guys, and he's also like allowing home runs. So like if you're not going to be a strikeout guy, we want you to be like a soft contact guy.
Yeah, and I'm going to double check this, but like he's always had good control, at least I thought throughout his career, but at least last year and maybe this year too. If he's like, it seemed like he was nibbling, and that caused him to just start to get deep in accounts and start walking guys for no reason.
Yeah, he's nibbling. So his average fastball velo is 91.1 right now.
Okay.
Expected batting average 303, xERA 5.47, all in the bottom half. I mean, he's got some of the worst stuff.
Yeah. And his walk rates are actually pretty similar to where they've been throughout his career, so it's not that much of a fall off. But yeah, dude, I mean, you look at the last 3 seasons for him, 6.8, 5.64, 5.9 ERAs, just like not it's just I'm shocked he's still even pitching right now. I mean, it's time to hang it up and probably just become a bullpen coach somewhere. I mean, he'll be a phenomenal coach. He's pitched for 16 years in the big leagues. Like, kind of went through everything in his career. Like, struggled as a kind of top rated pitcher in our system. Went to the bullpen, thrived there. Came back as an elite starter, kind of like the number 2 for a while behind Cooper. Couple of top 5 Cy Young Award finishes. Like, just overall some good years. So I think he's a valuable asset to a team that, is ready for him to be a coach.
But it's over. It's over.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's been really frustrating though to kind of, because like obviously like he's not going to pitch for this team in meaningful games like down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But I was hopeful we could get 10, 11 good starts out of him. But it's time. At this point, I'd rather than call up one of the young guys like Cam Schlittler being one of them, who I really really like, who is now topping out at 98.8.
Damn.
In the minors. And he's got pretty wipeout stuff. And they carried him pretty deep into spring training. Like they wanted to give him a chance. He's kind of on the Will Warren path. They might have to accelerate that. Or if they could just hang with Cookie until Luis Gil comes back, but that could be a while, which would be a little bit bothersome and concerning.
Yeah, at this rate, I feel like you got to move to Schlittler at some point. Get that going. But talk to me about the rest of that series against Baltimore. It kind of weird because you guys probably outscored him by a shit ton, even though you dropped the series. because that big win.
Yeah. So game one was interesting. The offense outside of like Aaron Judge can get anemic at times, and this is one of those things where like felt a little bit anemic.
Yeah.
But it's like they're all like this Yankees team. They lead the league in home runs. They're always like 2 or 3 swings away, which keeps me interested in like every game. And they scored 3 late. They had a home run robbery and lost 4-5. So it's like that one doesn't really pain me too much, especially when we don't get a great start. But then, game 2, you had Rodon, who started the game 15 up, 15 down, and it looks like he's like recapturing his form to good old, Cubbies Rodon, dare I say.
White Sox.
And yeah, White Sox, my bad. White Sox Rodon, and if we get that version, there's a lot to love there. I mean,
yeah, dude, he's been dialed his last few starts. I've been hitting his strikeout prop, dude, every start. The model loves it, and I'm just hammering it each time. So
yeah, like he's been really fantastic. And he's avoided the collapses his last 3 starts actually.
Yeah.
Which is really nice, because usually like when he allows a base runner, he starts getting in his own head and the whole thing falls apart. But he's been real workmanlike, and this rotation is going to need like Rodon to be win day, Fried to be win day, Clark Schmidt to be win day if they want to slam the door, I guess, on the division.
Yeah, 100%. You need those top 3 in your rotation is kind of just, what
yeah,
like out of that. I mean, that's what I'm hopeful for with the Guardians here. But yeah, Gavin's the one who hasn't been able to show that so far. Honestly, Ortiz and Bibby's last start were both phenomenal. So those I want to get to the point where we can kind of lock in all 3 of those as win days and
yeah.
go from there.
And it was good. Tanner Bibby was struggling, I think, to start the year. It was good for him to get kind of in that groove again, because what he
needed that start badly.
Was it 5 shutout or 6 shutout innings?
What was that?
Was it 5 shutout innings?
6.
6 shutout innings? That's really good, dude.
Right? Yeah.
That's
Tanner Bibby.
That's really positive. I mean, like, because I looked at his ERA, the fact that it was ballooned up above 5 is like, oh, I don't love that.
Yeah. We are in a battle right now. Sorry, it was 7 innings. Yeah, 7.
Okay.
7 innings, 1 run. But the 5Ks, just really the fact that he was able to work deep into a game is what impressed me the most, and that's what we need out of him, especially as our ace. Like, that's what he was so good at last year, of just like getting you 6 strong every time, even if he didn't have his best stuff, like finding a way to fight through, a 6-inning, 3 earned, 4 earned outing, just to spare the bullpen. And we needed that these last 2 starts from Bibby and Ortiz, because our bullpen was so taxed. I mean, we had back-to-back games with position players pitching, and that's you never want to see that. So
do the Tigers scare you yet?
I still am more worried about Kansas City. I think Kansas City's more balanced between pitching and offense. The Tigers' offense, I'm not sold on yet. Their pitching is definitely the best in the division right now. But I mean, Riley Green just went through a terrible slump. I'm still not sold on Torkelson. And dude, it's like, I don't know if that offense is going to be
well, though, man.
What was that?
Torkelson projects so well, though.
He does. He's just never been able to do it for a full season. That's the problem.
Yeah, like the expected slugging is 607, which is below his 537 slugging. His expected batting average is 263, which is below his actual batting average, and his expected on base average is 414, which is that, I don't even see it, but the other 2 being like, so he's like had a good year, but kind of a little bit unlucky, not crazy unlucky, but like a little bit unlucky, which makes me feel like it could last. What concerns me though is the whiff rate is still almost at 30%, and the K rate is at 26%. Yeah. So if he's gonna have a fall off, it's gonna be because he's swinging and missing, not because he's not making good solid contact.
No, 100%. And if this truly is his, coming out year, then that's huge for their offense.
I mean, he's only 25.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Just because he was such a top prospect, it's just
because he was a legend. Arizona State was like a true like college baseball legend. Because again, he's younger than Ben Rice, or no, same age as Ben Rice, a year older than Manzardo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he broke onto the scene so early too. So
I don't know, man. And I think Javi Baez has been playing really well too.
Yeah, that's
not gonna last.
We know that's not gonna last.
Yeah, that's not gonna play well at all.
Yeah, dude. He's hitting 296. His XBA is 232. His X slug is 311. His actual slug is 407 right now. Like he's due for regression. And whatever. So again, sick fielder, but his bat is due. And the K rates is still there. The K rate numbers are there. So hey, listen, if Detroit can happily prove me wrong, but
I mean, Jacob's right, bro. The rotate, like they've got enough bats and they've got a crazy rotation.
I'm just saying, I've seen it with Cleveland before. Like, I don't think you guys have as good of an offense as we did in like the 2018 team. And that 2018 team was carried by pitching, and we got swept by the Astros in the ALDS. So it's like, that's kind of where I view this Detroit team now, is like similar to the 2018 Guardians. And even that 2018 Guardians team had, Lindor still in his prime, Josie in his prime, Carlos Santana still mashing. I don't think we had Edwin at the time, but at one point that's whole starting nine in 2018 was all current or former All-Stars, that lineup in the ALDS. We had Donaldson and Melky Cabrera, just a random ass fucking lineup. But that's why I view the 2018 or the 2025 Tigers right now is like lockdown rotation. I just don't know if their offense will do well against really good pitching in the playoffs.
Yeah. And do you worry about, the Tigers running away with the division or no?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I think this division between Kansas City, us, and Detroit, it's going to be a three-headed race all the way.
It's going to be tight.
Yeah, dude. Minnesota, they're playing themselves out of the division already, which is kind of crazy to think about.
What are the standings right now? So right now, Detroit's in first place, 19-12. They're 1.5 games ahead of the Guardians.
Up on us.
The Twins are 13-18, 6 games back already, with showing no signs of getting together. I think they're $100 million boys are not really playing that well.
Dude, Correa's ass, like
Carrasco's been bad. I hope they trade him at the deadline because I would love him.
Who, Correa?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you do not want him. He's washed, dude. Bro, he's been so bad this year.
Dog, Pablo Reyes started yesterday.
It doesn't matter, dude. You're talking about a guy. Correa's a 593 OPS this year.
This means we can get him for the cheap.
I guess. I don't know. And it's not like he's projecting well on StatCast either.
Is he a good defender?
Yeah, he's a good defender. So.
Okay, that's literally all I need.
All right.
My third baseman probably has more errors than yours.
Probably, actually.
And he's not an everyday player.
But no, I think Correa's
correct, man. Carlos. Oh wait, not Carlos Correa. I looked up Carrasco.
No, you don't. Well, you don't want him playing third. So
yeah, there's no way Carlos Correa has been as bad as we think. Oh God,
he's been really bad this year, dude.
The X batting average being 250 will take.
Really?
It's the exit velo that bugs me, dude. I like my guys to be like 92 and above exit velo. When you're below 90 and you weigh 220 pounds, that means you're not seeing the ball well.
Yeah, dude. He's been ass. Even this whole series. He actually just had a base hit to tie the game just now. But
just now, let's go,
Carlos. We're back in a delay. This is the second fucking rain delay of the game. Weather's shitty in Cleveland today.
Oh yeah, I think it's supposed to rain here today too. So like. Yeah. The game might get my little brother's game might get called, and then who knows what you do from there. I guess who do you guys have? You guys have to the Twins today, and then who do you guys have tomorrow?
We go up to Toronto. We have a 3-game set in Toronto starting tomorrow.
That's fun. Who's on the bump?
We've got who do we have? Tomorrow will be Logan Allen, I believe. Tomorrow is Logan Allen versus Chris Bassett. Then Saturday, we've got Gavin. Oh, Gavin versus Kevin Gausman should be a really good pitching matchup.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
If Gavin can figure it out, which I shouldn't hold my breath there. And then Sunday's Bybee versus JP Francis. So, I like our odds. Honestly, I like our odds tomorrow, the way Logan Allen's been pitching, and on Sunday. Saturday, if Gavin keeps on the same path that he's been on. I don't know what kind of version we're going to get, so that could be up in the air. But I really want to beat the Twins today because we could take 3 out of 4 from them. Then I feel better about going into that that Toronto series.
I want to throw this up from Ben just because I find it at least a little bit fascinating. Where you at? Can you tell me why the Rangers suck on offense? I think it's kind of just ebbs and flows, right? Because they just scored 15 against the A's like 2 days ago.
Dude.
The Rangers, Mets, and Yankees all scored exactly 15 on the same day.
Yeah, dude, they're getting shut out right now, though.
They are by the A's again.
2 hits. And, of course, Jeffrey Springs is pitching after he's so Jekyll and Hyde. I dropped him in fantasy after he got roughed up like 2 starts in a row. And now he's got 5 innings of 2-hit ball right now of shut out baseball going. But, yeah, dude, the Rangers offense is weird because in between – dude. So you look at outside of the 15 that they put up on Tuesday – their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games, including today. In their last 9 games, they've gone 3 runs or below in 8 of them.
Yeah, that's a little bit absurd. Some of them I'll excuse. Like you scored 2 against Webb. Okay, like he can really pitch. Like I got it.
Yeah. But I mean, you're playing the A's right now. Like Sevy yesterday.
But Sevy's been crazy so far, hasn't he?
He's been decent. Not honestly, his numbers are kind of down from where they were last year, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are. They're down. I mean, his expected ERA is 4.23. Yeah, he's not been as good.
No, because I know, and his strikeout numbers are down. And not that he was a huge strikeout guy last year, but just I don't know. Nothing really looks good right now from Sevy. But that's why I was shocked that they couldn't do anything against him yesterday. But I think, I don't know, the Rangers offense, they're kind of stuck in a weird spot right now. A lot of these young guys that they're relying on to produce have not been producing. I mean, like you look at, like how has Wyatt Langford been this year? Like he's actually been good. He's hitting 299. But I feel like some of their other young guys just really haven't been producing.
And but speaking of the Rangers, just real quick, it was really nice to see DeGrom dominate.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Grom. He's been. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. I've always loved watching DeGrom, especially like growing up in the New York market. Like watching him dominate all throughout his run in New York was super fun to watch. It's just a shame he couldn't stay healthy because we'd be talking about arguably one of the best pitchers of all time. It's
literally Pedro Martinez with an extra 2 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like that's how good DeGrom is. He just couldn't stay healthy. And he, also like one of those skinnier guys, 6'4", 180. Like I would love to see him like get up to 200 pounds. But he would just go out there and just throw heat and he could spin a breaking ball. And it was just crazy. I mean, 4-seam slider, changeup, curveball. Like that's like your classic like power pitcher with the curve later on. So it's like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of him, but it's nice to see him kind of figure it out a little bit. He's going to project as a really good pitcher later on. All of his expected metrics are right there, like the 80th percentile or higher, which is good enough to be a number 2 or number 3 overall starter.
Yeah.
So he should be good. His xERA being 2.8 is I love that.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So and being a 2.7 guy, but it'd be nice. DeGrom back to go to, but I don't know what to make of the Rangers. I don't know if the Rangers are a real World Series contender or if they are a shell of the team that won the title 2 years ago.
I mean, you look at like their supposed big guns in the lineup, like that's kind of why they're faltering. Adolis Garcia, 671 OPS, Jake Berger, 547 OPS, Marcus Semien, 522 OPS. Like those are guys in the middle of your order that are supposed to mash. Yeah.
Well, so here we go. Does that, like they're staying afloat with those guys not mashing? Does that project well for them?
You would hope that some of these guys, I mean, you kind of understand
they're 1 game above 500 when all those guys really haven't really been mashing. Those guys are going to figure it out at some point, right?
And I guess you gotta you learn to live with that, especially with guys like Adolis Garcia. Like he's going to be a low average, high power guy. Mm-hmm. Marcus Semien, his production is the one that's surprising because he's really fallen off in recent years. And ever since he signed that massive deal with them, I just feel like he hasn't really put it together. I mean, like you're looking at the last 2 years, really, he's kind of been like just not really where he was in terms of prior, and he's getting up there. I mean, he's 34 years old. Mm-hmm. You gotta remember that too.
Is Corey Seager the best shortstop of our generation?
No, Lindor. Lindor absolutely clears.
Okay.
Right? Better defender. And probably more power, too. I mean, Frankie, 50 WAR, 275 average, 254 bombs, career 819 OPS. Seager, in the same time frame, 12 less WAR, higher batting average, less home runs, higher OPS. And it really comes down to defense, I'm sure. I mean, you look at defensive WAR for his career, 5.8 for Seager, defensive WAR for Frankie in his career, 13. Yeah, it's Lindor by a.
And I guess the reason I might push back a little bit is was the last generation Jeter's generation of shortstop?
I mean, I guess Jeter retired when
Yeah, I'm just saying like the last group of shortstops, it was probably Jeter's, right?
I mean, yeah.
But Jeter probably wasn't statistically the most dominant shortstop.
Well, definitely not defensively.
Or just honestly, probably anywhere around.
Yeah.
Just a contact guy. Well, here's my thing. Can you name me all the players that have won multiple World Series MVPs?
Well, of course, Seager's one of them.
Yeah. Bob Gibson, Reggie Jackson, Sandy Koufax, and Seager.
Big time player. But I mean,
Lindor carries because someone said, "Does Ellie not exist?" No, Ellie's not this group. Ellie's in competition with the next group.
Yeah, he'll be a part of the next group, but you're fried if you think Ellie's better than Lindor already.
No, Ellie's not better than Lindor, but I think like Ellie's going to be part of the next group when we compare shortstops. And I don't know if Ellie might not end up being the best shortstop of his generation though either.
Yeah, because I mean, you're looking at Gunnar Henderson.
I think Ellie's going to be better than Gunnar.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I really like Gunnar. I'm a big fan of Gunnar.
But both those guys are playing second to the guy who's it's really his generation.
Who?
Bobby Witt.
Oh yeah, duh.
Bobby Witt is going to clear the whole field.
Yeah, it's going to be Witt.
Like this next group of shortstops, it's going to be Witt 1, Ellie 2, Gunnar 3, Volpe 4. I don't know who the fifth is. Arias.
Get out of here with Volpe.
Volpe's not fourth?
No.
Who's the fourth best young shortstop?
Jesus. I mean, if we're really going through it right now, I'm trying to think of who. Does Bo Bichette count?
I'd put
fucking Bo Bichette over Volpe.
Bo Bichette is a fucking Star Wars character. He's not moving any needles in this world.
I'm trying to think of some of the young shortstops.
I mean, if Rocchio decided he wanted to hit his way out of a brown paper bag, he would be in the discussion.
I mean no.
I'm trying to sneak Volpe in.
Yeah, bro, you are trying to sneak Volpe in. Volpe and Rocchio are nowhere near those top three.
Jacob, shut up. Shut up.
Oh, CJ Abrams. That's a good one.
Is it? Nah, Mayers, you guys are going to trade him. He's unhappy in AAA. Okay, so Volpe's fifth.
All right, fifth out of 5 guys. He's last.
I'm just saying,
he's fifth out of 6 if you want to include Rocchio.
No, there's a bunch of young shortstops.
Well, Arias is better than Volpe.
That is entirely not true. Is Arias going to even play shortstop in 5 years?
I mean, he might be because Bazana's playing second.
Volpe is a top 5 young shortstop in the sport. And he's honestly, out of everyone I just listed, he's probably the second best defender.
I don't know. He's not top 5.
Your hatred for him is coming out. He's all right. Who's a better defender than him?
Probably Ellie. I don't know about Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt's defense isn't great.
I always thought Bobby Witt was a better defender than Ellie.
Really? Maybe I'm just jaded from what I've seen about against the Tribe, but he's made some really bad errors against us throughout the years.
I mean, fielding value this year, Bobby Witt's in the 92nd percentile.
Is he really? Maybe he's been better this year. I know last year's
fielding run value was 12 in the 95th percentile. Bobby Witt, I think Bobby Witt's the best defender on that list. And
really, has he been that good? I swear, against us, he always plays bad. I mean, he had a negative defensive WAR in 2022. He was 0.4 defensive WAR in 2023. He actually, his best year was last year, 1.2 defensive WAR, and he won a Gold Glove. So that makes
I guess
sense.
like, what do you value more, like defensive run value, fielding run value, or do you value D WAR?
I mean, it's kind of both. I was just looking at because I had his reference page up.
Got you.
What about like defensive runs saved? We can look at that. I think that's a really good
DRS, I'm just looking at fielding run value right now. Like Ellie's -2 this year.
I feel like defensive run saved is probably the best metric.
DRS. Oh, awesome. I would love to go DRS.
Oh, yeah, because you love that from Volpe this year.
Yeah, it's like, all right, if we're going DRS, we can go DRS.
Where's player stats? Here we go. DRS. Wait, why is this? I don't want 2024. I want 2025. And let's go shortstops. Who's the best this year? Oh, advanced. There we go. Defensive run saved. Taylor Walls is first. Volpe second. Oh, they both have 6.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so like Volpe's a better defender than Ellie.
Yeah. So Bobby Wett and Ellie have the same defensive run saved.
Okay, so cool. Like Volpe's the best young defensive shortstop in the sport. I'm glad we talked all around this to get there.
This year, yeah.
Well, and he's already got a Gold Glove too.
Let's check 2024. 2024, Volpe, 6 defensive runs saved, put him at 6th. Still ahead of Bobby Witt and Ellie.
Yeah, dude, Volpe gets a lot of hate because the bat's not great, and he's got a punchable face.
Yeah.
So Volpe hate comes from things outside of the sport.
Volpe is Jose Iglesias. That's facts.
No, he is not. He's better, more power.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Give me 2 surprises that you've had from the Guardians so far this year.
Honestly, while we're on topic, Gabriel Arias, dude, it's been a month now, and I feel like his approach has just gotten so much better than where it was the last 3 seasons, basically, where he's finally taking his walks. He's laying off that slider low and away. That's kind of been his, Achilles heel so far in his young career. He's playing really good defensively, and really because of the departure of Jimenez, we've needed him to step up defensively, and he's done a great job. It's the fact that Rocchio has sucked at shortstop defensively that we haven't really been able to focus on the defensive side as much, because all the focus has been on Rocchio and really Josie playing poor infield defense so far. But Arias has been phenomenal. I think that's honestly my biggest surprise, is that the way he's kind of taken over and like seriously outperformed Rocchio to this point.
Yeah, no, I mean he's been really good. I'm sad that Rocchio ruined his web jam he should have had last week with the behind the back flip. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Rocchio just ruined it. No, he's honestly, my biggest surprise for you guys has been how bad Rocchio's been on the other side of it. I mean, I picked Arias up on my fantasy team.
Yeah. No, this week I finally pulled the plug on Rocchio in fantasy. I dropped him in both my leagues. I'm like, I can't wait around for this any longer. Like he's not good, and it's just like he's not even playing every day at this point. Stephen Vogt knows it. Arias and Schneemann are basically playing every day, so.
Yeah, no, this is good from G. Arias is doing everything Rocchio was supposed to do. No, 100%. Like
we saw the playoffs last year. Like Rocchio was hitting for power, drawing walks, playing elite defense, and we haven't seen that at all this year. And then you got to take a step back, and this is what I've had to do as a Guardians fan. Like, shit, well, this is what he was all of last season, and then we had that small sample size in the playoffs that led us to believe that, oh shit, maybe he's just going to turn it on. Maybe it clicked for him.
Yeah, because like when you do it in the playoffs against better pitching and you're locked in, it's like, okay, like this is going to project because he's not going to see this level of pitching the rest of the way. Yeah. So Rocchio being bad is my biggest surprise. And then also like Gavin Williams not being a strikeout guy is a huge shock for me as well.
Yeah, it's going to come. He's so close. He's just got to worry about like his location is just so hit or miss right now. Mm-hmm. And if he has it on any given day, and I think it's going to click soon, where if he could start throwing that sweeper and that curveball and get the location now with that, it's going to help to play into his fastball. I think he needs to throw a 2-seamer more because I think, they were just talking about it on the Twins broadcast when I was walking, like the Twins were mashing him because they mash 4 seams. And I think a lot of teams do that. And you're going to have to get some movement on that fastball. I mean, I would trade a couple miles an hour. He's hitting 100 right now. I could trade a couple miles an hour for you to get some movement on that fastball, and that'll help your off-speed stuff too. It's just that's what he needs.
Concern level after April with Clase.
Like 1 being the lowest amount of concern, 10 being the highest.
Yeah, low is no concern. 10 is.
I'm sitting at a 4 right now.
Okay,
it simmered. I thought he had a really good outing last night. Gave up a run on a wild pitch, but really better location with his cutter. I thought he threw the slider really well. I thought he was kind of just locating all around better last night. Got screwed a couple times by the home plate umpire too. But so that's what I'll put it at a 4 right now. If you asked me last week, I probably would have said like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
But last 2 outings have been good.
All right, bro. I just want to address this real quick before we talk about my team. My goodness. Our resident Boston fan. Don't let facts get in the way of a good narrative. Volpe sucks. Volpe would be the best shortstop in Boston right now.
Well, yeah, because Trevor Story's a bum.
And how much is Trevor Story making?
A lot.
$140 million contract, Trevor Story.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Just to be worse than Volpe.
Yeah, Volpe also has a career 672 OPS, so we got to chill with that a little bit.
Yeah, what's it this year, though?
784.
Yeah.
Still below league average.
Is it?
I actually don't know what league average
is. That is not below league average.
To me, it is. To me, it's like if you're a good hitter, you have an 800 OPS.
That's fine. Good. No, he's above. He's an above league average hitter.
He is not, dude.
Yes, he is.
All right, so this is 750, so slightly above league average.
Yeah, Volpe is an above league average hitter.
Yeah, for 31 games this year, Volpe's above league average hitter.
Yeah, his OPS plus is 122.
31 of his 350 career games, he's been an above league average hitter.
So guys aren't allowed to get better?
No, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you want to talk about how Arias is real. Volpe, the 122 OPS plus, means he's 22% better than your average MLB hitter.
Yeah.
Like what's Arias's? We're talking about how good Arias is so far.
Arias is 121 right there.
So I'm saying, like, you're talking about how good Arias is. He's the same.
Yeah, but Volpe's got all the hype around him. There's no hype around Arias.
There's no hype around Volpe. The only one that hypes Volpe is me. My whole fan base wants him benched. Wants a 19-year-old to replace him.
No, all jokes aside, like Volpe is having a good start to the season. I still don't think he's top 5 though.
Top 5 young shortstop. I'm gonna win that bet. Our bets are in a good place though, right? For me.
Yeah, because Rocchio is either going to get demoted or he's just going to be like a defensive replacement late in games. That OPS is shot unless like everyone gets hurt.
The one I'm worried about is like Will Wells catch Manzardo.
Oh wait, no, we took that OPS one down, right?
Or we took that. I mean, we were still tracking the home runs.
Yeah, we were tracking it.
The
OPS
Wells
is not going to catch Manzardo. What is
Wells?
Wells?
How many home runs does Manzardo have?
Manzo's at 8.
Okay, Austin Wells is at 5.
And then Manzo's at 853 OPS. What is Rice at? Rice is at 958. So you got a sizable gap there.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see what they do when Ben Rice once Giancarlo Stanton gets back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like too attractive to like keep him out of the lineup, so they're gonna have to put him in the outfield and just have him just. See if he can
talk to me about your biggest surprises so far.
My biggest surprise is honestly a negative. I've been shocked with how bad Bellinger's been.
That's fair. It's funny you say that because I guess you're more shocked that Bellinger's has been this bad versus Ben Rice being this good.
Yes, I always felt like Ben. I mean, you know it. I've always been a believer in the Ben Rice batted ball metrics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising that he's been this good, like a top 20 hitter in the sport, but I figured he would be really good. But I thought that Bellinger, with some judge protection, would see more fastballs and pull more fastballs in the air. He's been horrendous this year.
It's been bad, dude.
He's the highest paid center fielder in the entire sport, and he's been horrendous.
And he's the only what is he? The only Yankee in the lineup with
below 100 WRC plus.
Yeah, dude, insane.
He's the only one. Like it's been atrocious. I mean, if you look at where he's at, he's striking out 25% of the or 21% of the time, whiff rate 25% of the time. He's also not taking walks below the 70th percentile. His expected batting average is 211. He's not hitting the ball hard. His average exit velo just went over 90 because he had that ridiculous home run the other day. But Belly's been bad and like off to the crazy start. He was a part of the 3 that went home run against the Brewers to like get things going. I was like, oh yeah, like he's back. And he hit like 430 in spring training.
No, he's putting up similar numbers to his last year in LA before he went on to Chicago. That 2022 season, I mean, he was an 81 OPS plus guy that year. He's at 82 right now. What is it? His OPS that year was 654. It's currently worse right now. It's 638. He struck out 150 times that year. He struck out already 25 times in 28 games. Like similar pace there. Just like, I don't know, dude. It's crazy with the protection in that lineup.
Like everybody else is benefiting from the protection front and back. Like Goldie's benefiting from it. Ben Rice is benefiting from it. I mean, even Volpe at times is benefiting from it. I mean, guys at the bottom of the lineup, like Wells, when he's up there, benefits from it.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked by that. And then my pleasant surprise has been Rodon. I thought he would be back at some capacity. I didn't think he'd be this good.
Yeah, he's been shit. I'm like almost, especially his last few starts, like on Max Fried's level.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been right there.
Yeah, like that 1-2 punch is exactly what you need to replace Garrett Cole. Because like that's if you're gonna make a run, especially in the playoffs, like you need those 2 guys to pitch like they're doing right now, like 2 true aces.
I mean, it's legitimate, like legitimately what you paid for. Like you passed on Corey Seager with the goal that like you want to have the 1-2 punch to put teams away. So we will we'll see how things go from there. And then Z wants to know who's our standout hitter and pitcher of the month. Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, it's hard not
standout hitter is Aaron Judge.
I was gonna say, well, it's hard not to say Aaron Judge, but I'll throw Tyler Soderstrom in there as like kind of a breakout star this month. Like he's been really good for Oakland, like kind of an under the radar player that's been a standout this month. Pitching wise,
my pitching standoff. Can I do it real quick? Pivetta.
Oh, dude.
Nick Pivetta has been incredible. He's been better than Skins. He's been better than Crochet. He's been better than Michael King. He's been better than Evaldi. Like he's been better than Bubic. Like he's been better than everybody. And it's not getting talked about. He's legit the best pitcher in that rotation. And he's the 3rd most talked about. And he's doing it over the age of 30. His stuff is absolutely disgusting right now. And Pivetta has been lights out.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, the Red Sox transformed him last year because I remember he really started to pick up steam last year when they made him throw the fastball more because he wasn't throwing the fastball a lot early on in his career. Once they got him to throw that 4-seam more, he started to turn it on for them last year. And now this year, he's fucking, I mean, he's been absolutely insane.
Like he's been borderline unhittable, dude. Like
dude, he is the best fastball in all of baseball, 100th percentile in fastball run value.
Bro, absurd.
And he wasn't throwing it early on in his career. And then starting last year, they were finally like, dude, no, throw this fucking fastball. Now he's throwing it 51% of the time. It's like, yeah, let that pitch fly.
In all those Padres pitchers, none of them are flamethrowers except for Cease, but all of them have crazy ride on the fastball that makes it play a lot better. I mean, Pivetta's fastball, the average velo on it is 93.7, which is bottom half of all starters. Yeah. And Michael King's is 92. And that's they get crazy. A ton of swing and miss and a ton of strikeouts. It's like, yo, like for his fastball to be like 93 and be the best fastball in the entire sport is disgusting.
And King's right behind him. King is 88th percentile in run value on the fastball. Just like For those guys with low fastball velo to be so dynamic with that pitch. And I mean, King throws the 4-seam and the sinker, so he's got kind of the two of them coming at you. But yeah, dude, the Pivetta honestly has been really fucking solid.
Yeah, that's what I got. Anything else, Pat, you want to hit on before we go?
I guess I'm looking right now, like who my standout pitcher has been so far. There's so many guys that have just
Skeens got shelled. Skeens needed a hater, and so I stepped up.
Yeah, he did. Honestly, here's one who's kind of like bounced back into the scene because I was so high on him a couple of years ago, but then I believe he was hurt for a bit last year. But he's kind of found a new home now in Philly. But Jesus Luzardo, dude.
He's top 10 in ERA. Isn't his ERA like 1.7?
Dude, 173. And this was a guy when he first came up with Miami, like I thought he was going to be a stud. And I remember there was rumors about the Tribe potentially trading for him, but he's been fucking nasty this year, dude. And I picked him up in one of my fantasy leagues after the first week because he was available. And the Phillies have needed it from him too because Aaron Nola has been so bad. Yeah. And I have Nola in fantasy, and he's been fucking terrible. Wheeler's been decent. Wheeler's getting the strikeouts that you expect from him, but Luzardo's been the ace of that staff so far,
which is kind of wild. But they'll take it, right?
Absolutely, dude. I'm happy for him too. He's got electric stuff.
No, he does.
Fastball run value 86th percentile. His breaking stuff is the 98th percentile in run value. He's throwing hard. He's got good stuff in terms of expected ERA. Good projections there. I'm liking what I've seen from Luzardo so far.
Yeah. I gotta run, Pat, but this is a good episode. Thank you everyone for tapping in. Make sure you like, sub, share, retweet, do that for me. 531 in here, not bad.
Yeah.
And we'll have more of a YouTube push here pretty soon. But I'm Chris, that's Pat, that's strike 3. You're out.